There was once a day that I would pray for you. I'd go and misbehave just so you'd notice too. Sneaking looks up and down from across the room. And damn, what a hell of a view. I feel good, you look great, I like you, I can't wait. A first time, a first date. You're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine, I drink straight. Don't waste time to my place. I feel my heart erase. So catch me if I fall. Praying that this night's gonna last. You got it all on tap, I'm loving your vibe, always have your back. We like all the same tracks, listen all night in the sheets all black. Said I'm falling fast, don't remember life before you, that's fact. I feel good, you look great, I like you, I can't wait. A first time, a first date. You're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine, I drink straight. Don't waste time to my place. I feel my heart erase. So catch me if I fall.
Yo, what's happening? This is Chill Chat with J Rev Rican, and I got my bro-in-law Randy here with me tonight, and we're just gonna chat. What are we chatting about, Randy? What's going on tonight?
I believe the topic tonight is Star Trek.
Star Trek, right? Is it Star Trek against Star Wars, or just Star Trek?
Well, maybe we need to rephrase. I think we're going to talk about Star Trek Picard.
Picard. Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So this little explanation from my bro here. I got you as a quick stream. We got everything up, but you don't see the chat unless your fam's going to fill you in on what they see. But I will do my best to fill in what I see here and when people bring things up and whatnot. But other than that, we're just going to chat along and go from there. What are you taking? What you got going on over there? Oh shoot. I'm looking at a delayed Facebook page over here, bro. Hold on. Let me fix it. Oh, there it goes. I had to mute it. Sorry guys. All right, we're on. I know stuff looks a little weird on the stream, but it's all good. Talk real quick, dude.
Me?
Oh yeah, we're good. All right, I see you up there. Also, make sure everybody can hear you. So yeah, I got a text from my bro here about Star Trek Picard and how good it was. I don't know if anybody else out there watches it, but I think it was amazing. I especially was bawling the second to last episode when the ship came out. Randy, did you do that, or was it the last episode?
I was just more in awe with the last two episodes of season 3 of Picard.
Season 3, the last two episodes. Yes, dude.
The nostalgia of the Enterprise D, the whole crew. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to say that the Next Generation crew might be the best Star Trek crew.
Yeah. I agree. I love them to death. Like, they had the very best storylines, the very best of everything. And I know the Voyager is my second pick, to be honest with you. Like, I don't know how you feel about Voyager, but I love that season. That
was a good one. Deep Space Nine, I could go ahead and just delete that out of my memory. That was not good. I don't know. I did not like Deep Space Nine.
Well, I mean, I don't know about the leading. The storyline was cool when they had it. They just didn't have very good characters or actors, or whatever you want to call it. I know the guy that played Cisco. They probably could have found someone a little better, but it wasn't bad. Like I watched it like 3 or 4 times the whole season, the whole thing. I guess you could say all the seasons.
What about the one? Yeah. There was the Enterprise one with
Scott
the
Bakula.
dude that was on that. Yeah. That
so I never watched. I mean, one. I do love Scott Bakula in a way, but at the same time, it's like a love-hate because he's an over actor. If that makes any sense at all. I didn't like how he acted in most of the series, especially when the episodes turn or the seasons turn into a back-to-back save the universe, save Earth, or whatnot. So I was a little put off by the fact that that's all they talked about, and they didn't explore new things. Like that's whole Enterprise, right? Like exploring strange new worlds and whatnot all the time. So I was a little put off by that. And I remember when Enterprise came out, I deployed, and Mel had record every single episode for me, and then I watched it when I got back that year. So
I don't even remember when that year was for Enterprise, honestly.
Well, that was... So I remember she recorded it for me, and I was gone to 2001. Is that right? 2002 or whatever. Yeah, either one. I was gone both years. 3 months at a time or whatever. But yeah. And it was like good for its time. I thought he was an over actor, but Next Generation takes the cake, man. Like, I mean, that's my opinion anyway.
No, absolutely. Generation is definitely, yeah. For TV series, absolutely.
Yeah. But
no, back to Picard. Season 1, I thought it started off pretty good. I really liked the whole storyline with that whole thing. Honestly, I didn't know if I was going to start watching it because season 2 was just downright awful.
Yeah, it was. It wasn't that great.
I mean, Q. Everybody loves Q from Next Generation, and I think that they missed the mark on that season. They didn't utilize it.
No,
they didn't utilize him or the storyline with that.
But he kept coming back. Like he actually came back for some of season 2, right? Like I think half the episodes he was in.
Well, yeah, he didn't have his powers during that season,
right? But then, did you finish? You finished 3, so you've seen him on this one.
Yeah, dude, you can't give out spoilers. You might have people that haven't watched it yet.
That's true. But there's so much happening with Star Trek right now. It's insane, right? Like, I mean, Discovery, that's a great show. At first, I thought the main character wasn't fit, but I love her to death. Like, I feel like it's a good role. I thought she was overacting at first, but no, she's good. She's really good.
No, that was a good one too. And then Strange New World is...
Dude, that's excellent.
Yeah.
I disagree. Discovery went down
too. The wife is not liking Discovery.
You won't at first. That she finished watching it?
Did at first. And it's gotten... It got too away from what it started off to be. It's just all... Ugh.
Very true. Like that is very true. So where is she at right now?
Like, I like her. I like that character, and I love that actress. I just don't think the story has gotten so convoluted. Like, it's just so out there. I also really like, I don't know their names. The 2 guys that were in Rent that are a couple on the show. They were both on Rent. That's the only thing I can think of.
Well,
anyway.
What I'm asking is, where did she finish watching all of Discovery or no?
We did. Yes, we both did.
Oh, so I got bored because it's 4 seasons, right?
Is there 4 seasons?
Yeah, I think it's 4 seasons. I got bored of the middle 2, but the last one wasn't bad. Like I really liked it. But
Is it really?
I have a feeling it's gonna start mixing up with a bunch of stuff with everything with New Worlds, Picard, and all of it. I have a feeling sometime soon they're gonna do a cross episode of everything.
No.
Okay, that is some.
I hope not.
There is 4 seasons.
Star Trek is messing with time theory so much. I feel like it's coming. I really do.
Well, I suppose if I don't know how, unless they're gonna have a good storyline. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about that.
What about the crosstalk with Mandalorian and Star Trek?
Shut your mouth.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
No, it's not.
We want to talk about a letdown. Let's talk about the last episode of The Mandalorian.
Okay, no, hold on. No, let's not go all the way and say that, because I did like the ending, except the ending. You know what I mean? Like it just, I feel like the middle ending should have been the ending. Does that make sense?
No, I'm gonna clear it all up for everybody right now. Ready? You ready?
Let's go.
Stream fam.
Put her on screen. Let me see.
Oh, do not put me on screen.
No, unless Jason has $1 million, the wife will not be on.
I'm gonna clear up the reason why people
Put a hat on.
let down on The Mandalorian, because the season finale last season was so amazingly epic.
Oh yeah,
and everybody either loved it or hated it, but it was huge, and they were never going to be able to top that. There was nothing they were going to be able to do to top that, what they did last year. So I think that they just went this route because it was safer. It was way safer. And there wasn't anything they were going to do that was going to get us as pumped and as excited as we were about that fight scene at the end, and Luke coming out and the music.
Yeah, they really blew it out of the water with Luke. But that's not a lie. Like
it was never gonna be as good as that was.
I mean, unless they brought Vader out, that would be the only thing.
But Vader's gone.
At that time?
Yes. All of this Mandalorian stuff is happening after
the fact,
Jedi.
yeah.
That's true. But Vader never dies.
Well, nobody dies. I get it. But I think the whole season was a little off. And I thought the season finale, kind of like it was called The Return. And I think it kind of returned to like why that show was so good in the first place and why so many people liked it. You didn't have to be like some big, huge Star Wars fan to like it and to get it and to enjoy it. But if you were a big Star Wars fan, you also enjoyed it. And then it started getting to like, they started having to connect to this and connect to this character and that character and this character. So all the big Star Wars fans were still going to love it. But all the other people that were just watching it because Baby Yoda's cute, they didn't want to watch it anymore. And that's why their ratings went down this season too. And because it started doing all that. So I think the last episode took it back to why it was so cool to begin with. And now if they do another season, it can just be all these like adventures of Din Djarin and Grogu, and it'll be great. So everybody needs to calm down.
Well, yeah, that's basically what it's become, right? Like Din Djarin and Grogu are on their own, because that's who is the character's name? The main Forge character, the female. I can't remember.
Yeah, I'm here.
I have lots to say, but I don't want you to see me.
What's that?
She's got a book open. She's got a book open and she's reading, but yet
we have an encyclopedia of Star Wars right now.
No.
Is that what's going on?
Do I got to get my special? I thought we were talking about Star Trek here, not Star Wars.
No, oh yeah, you're right. We started out with that, but
we're getting off topic. we're doing the Trek Wars, aren't we?
Well, I mean, you called it Trek Wars before we started.
Well, I mean, why not? Might as well.
It's like if you would ask for Star Wars and Star Trek to meet in the universe, it's like meeting DC and Marvel together.
I feel that. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Bet.
Right?
Yes.
No, I disagree on that too.
Read your book.
Read the what?
She's reading a book.
Because I said I disagree on that too.
She's disagreeing
It's
with
totally
me.
different. Because DC and Marvel are occurring in the same. Well, hold on. Maybe I take that back because they're not occurring in the same like universe because all their cities and stuff are made up.
Oh yeah,
Like Metropolis and blah blah blah. They're not real cities.
DC is.
But my argument was going to be that like Star Trek is happening. Like
Can't be on camera.
Hey, hang on. So wait, no, this is getting really interesting. So let me do some changes here real quick because I need to hear this.
You're not on there.
Hold on a second. Let's change this for 1 sec. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Test. You got me, Randy?
Got you.
All right, he got me. So this way I don't have a mixture of sounds in my mic here. So what were you saying, Lindsay?
So I was saying it's not the same. Like saying that DC and Marvel meeting up would be the same as Star Wars and Star Trek meeting up because Star Wars is happening in Earth, Star Trek is happening in Earth's future. Star Wars is happening in a completely different like universe.
Yeah, it's in a galaxy far
away. Like it wouldn't even make sense. I mean, but at the same time, I guess you could argue that DC isn't happening in the same universe as Marvel because like Marvel uses
real stuff, yeah.
Like real cities on Earth, you know, like Spider-Man is from Queens or Brooklyn, whatever. Whereas like, you know, Superman is in Metropolis. Well, there's no Metropolis. So I take back what I said. But I still think it would be dumb as hell.
Well, I mean, all I was saying, it was kind of a similarity between the genres.
Right, but I'm saying Star Wars meeting up would be dumb as hell.
Well, think about Star Trek these days, though. They're always, now it's a whole bunch of time altering stuff and back and forth in time, like, which is the same thing we'll say Marvel's doing at this point. The universe, like the multiverse has been a big thing in Marvel lately.
I don't know why that just reminded me of vibranium being a real product.
It is though, isn't it?
No, Jason.
No, I think it is. I actually think it is.
No, Jason.
It's on the periodic table.
No.
Vibranium, the periodic table.
Vibranium.
It is. I remember seeing it. It's like lightsabers.
If anybody is watching this stream right now, can I get a bunch of L's? Bunch of L's, please. Vibranium. Just the letter L. Throw up some L's for vibranium is real.
I'm just trying to like say it in my phone. It's like it won't even come up. Vibranium. Vibrating him.
I bet you it's real. Everything's real in some way.
Well, it's real fake. Yeah.
No, the whole like time travel and like all of that, those are just storytelling ploys so that they can keep recycling the same characters.
It's smart.
Over and over. It is.
But you know what? Right? You know where it started? All that stuff. Like, I know it's been happening in the Star Trek world, but you know what really like threw the wrench in it, or whatever you want to call it?
A Star Trek movie.
The first Star Trek newest movie, right?
It was freaking brilliant.
Dude, they really set a precedence on that one. Like, it just...
So that all, like, crazy Star Trek fans wouldn't sit there and, like...
all the star dates.
Because blah, 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 and this can't happen. So they just, like, washed it clean and started over.
So basically, it was like Loki, right? When he went into the time thing, and you saw the time rift, right? And how it was split up. That's basically what happened. Like, Star Trek made a new time rift. Like, hey, there they are, right there. That's the way I see it. You know how they split the time in Loki, and they're like, everybody's messing with time.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
But yeah, no, I mean, look at the content we have right now talking about the same thing. Didn't even move on from what we talked about from the beginning, and we're been here 20 minutes.
Again, you should retitle it called Trek Wars. Well,
but it's not Trek Wars, though. That's the thing.
Screw that. We're talking about Marvel. We're talking about everything.
It's everything. Like you can't call it Trek Wars. What's Trek Wars? The only thing.
Trek Wars.
No. Trek Wars. Star Trek, Star Wars, Trek Wars.
But Trek is Star Trek. You can't put that with Star Wars. Because Star Wars is built on the fact of nothing but war in space.
It's just topics. Let's talk about both. Trek Wars. Hey.
But I
still want to go back. Let's talk about Picard. Season 3.
Season 3. Let's episode 1. What do you want to talk about? Let's start with that. At least I can remember. Let me see what I can remember.
Just the fact that I loved actually all the way. Obviously episodes 1 through whatever 7, 8. I like how they slowly introduced the original cast back into.
Okay.
Back in. You know what I mean? Like it was.
Okay.
Not everybody at one time. It was.
Good point. But there's something
William
I want to ask you.
And it was. Beverly Crusher, it was Worf, it was
wait, slow down. So my thing is,
you slow down.
When hold on a second. Now I'm all over the place right now. You're making me laugh, bro. Is my Facebook even right now? Hold on, I lost. I lost this.
Sorry.
I lost this for a second, bro. Hold on. Let me do this. All right. So my question is, Randy, are you ready for this?
Hold on, I'm blowing my nose.
Blow your nose. Okay. So my question is, right? Whenever you're ready.
All right, I'm good.
So my question is, so as the characters start to get introduced into Star Trek Picard, which character were you most excited about when you found out who it was?
Okay, repeat that. What?
Which character, as they start in little by little, obviously, like each episode was a different character. Which character from the generations that you were most excited about that came out, that you found out?
Oh, that's easy. Butterfly in the sky. I can go twice.
No, dude. Are you serious?
It's in a book. It's Commander LaForge.
Hey, I have to say, Worf is my guy, bro. Like when I figured out he was the spy and he was like in Hope and what's her face, and I'm like, it's got to be. And sure enough, he comes out of nowhere. Old school Cleon came in there and did what he had to do.
Oh, excuse me. Nope, LeVar Burton as LaForge. I always thought he was.
I love LeVar Burton. I love this character. The only problem I had was was he an admiral in the show or no? My thing was he was in charge of a museum, man. That kind of bugged me for a little bit.
Well, you know what? Crap, I don't remember what he was now that you say that.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's there, but he was a smart mother trucker, though. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
He was in charge of a museum, but didn't you see him more as like a retired engineer?
Yes,
tinkering garage.
Yeah, and that came out at the second to last episode of the season when he said, "I've been working on basically, I've been working on this old Pontiac, and you guys need to see it." And that's basically what it came out. And it threw me for a loop. Not like no lie. Anybody who's here or not here, I was crying when it came out, bro. I said no. I said this isn't happening. I told him I was like, this isn't happening. And sure enough, there it was. And they slowly circled around the vessel, and I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing. Like, there's no way this is happening, you know. But that was great.
love the fact that they had that little subtle humor when they got on the ship and they talked about the carpet.
Yes. He said, he goes, there's one thing I miss. And they looked at him, he goes, the carpet. I'm like, this guy, bro. Like, and I'm trying to get the carpet out of my house. I don't want carpet in my house no more.
When they said that, I'm like thinking like, oh my gosh, there was carpet on the seasons. Like I didn't even realize.
Matter of fact, in all the episodes, except for probably D Space Nine, they had carpets in all the ships.
Yeah,
well, the new ones they didn't. The new shows they did not. The new shows they did not.
Like talking like the old like
yeah,
William
if you look at it, they all had carpet.
Huh.
Art imitating life or life imitating art?
This got real.
This got real. This got real.
Out, like carpet was a thing. You have to just remember it's still art. And does art imitate life or does life imitate art? This is an instance where art is imitating life. We all had carpet in those times. It's modern. We don't have carpet. That's the reason why we don't have carpet on those ships anymore.
She's reading a book. She's right.
No, and that's fine. No, read a book all you want. No, she's right though. Like there's nothing wrong with that because that's true. And the thing is like our imaginations and curious anywhere we want, but we have to remember, like human beings like you and I had created these shows, and they had to go with what was good at the time. Why is my stuff blurry? What is going on here? Hold up.
I know that.
Clear.
Wait, do it again. High five.
Clear.
Didn't we know that some of the stuff?
All right, let's try this
some
again.
Of it, okay.
Oh, I lost you.
There you go.
There you
I'm good. I'm good.
Like I loved that season and I loved that last episode, but okay, be honest. Like take yourself out of being a fan for a second.
Okay.
Some of it was a little predictable.
Which one?
Like,
What are we talking about?
It all became very predictable.
Wait,
like I kind of knew what was going to happen before it happened.
Is it me? I will admit a little bit that I kind of wish that they all just would have kind of maybe just perished, like that they went out saving.
No, hold on. First of all, let's address the question Lindsay asked, right? So what did she say?
I felt like it was predictable. Like the whole season was sort of predictable.
Okay, well let's go back to the whole whatever seasons of Next Generation. Tell me that wasn't predictable.
That wasn't predictable.
Yeah, dude, the whole season. None of them were ever died. The only one that was a surprise was Tasha Yar. She died. That was it.
There were so many oddball episodes with Enterprise that I don't understand how you could predict that. The whole William or help me out. The weird episodes with Data being a detective. The Sherlock Holmes episodes.
Oh, that just came across because he started experimenting with his emotion chip. That was all that was.
But what I'm saying is like, okay, so talk about Data. So when they found Data in the season and he was with his brother and Lore was taking over, I saw that coming. I knew that he was doing that on purpose. Like I knew it. It was predictable. Like I'm not the only person. Like I'm sure other people saw that coming. That when he was letting Lore take over and he was kind of letting him do it, that he was doing that because when he took over, he would be Data anyway. Like it was predictable. Like I saw that coming.
Well, yeah. What else? No, you're totally correct. You're totally correct. But what I was asking was the Next Generation show, like was
that stuff predictable?
Yeah, that one was predictable for sure because I always knew that like the main characters will survive. The only thing that threw me off was obviously the Doctor. the doctors will say, like in the middle of the seasons, Crusher left and that other doctor came in. I can't remember her name actually. She came in and I did, Mel had asked me and I did some research on it and I was like, so she had left because they had a disagreement with the director or whatever. And then eventually they came back because they said they needed her back because the other doctor sucked. So that was the only unpredictable part that I saw in the Next Generation series for that matter. And when Crusher came back, everything started coming back to normal. But to be honest with you, I don't remember when she came back and how far it took before it ended.
I don't think I knew that happened.
What's that?
I didn't know that happened. I didn't think that.
Yeah, there was like 2 years, I think, 2 years, a year or 2 years. I don't remember how many seasons that the Doctor Crusher was gone. It was that other doctor. It was the annoying doctor. I don't remember her name, to be honest.
2.
Huh?
Season 2, that's when she was on.
Was it season 2?
Pretty sure it was either that or season 3.
Well, now I'm going to look it up. Hang on a second.
I have all the Star Trek episodes right in front of my TV right now. Give me 1 second. Sorry for my camera changes.
No, you good?
I don't like blowing my nose in front of everybody.
There's not a lot of people on here. McFadden left due to disputes with the head of TNG writer at the time, Maurice Hurley.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't say who she got replaced with. Hang on a second. She was replaced by louder and more Dr. Catherine Pulowski.
That was season 2, right?
She was annoying as hell, dude. I was so glad she was not on there very long. Wait. You asked the question. Hold on a second. She said it says 23-24, but it doesn't say. I'd have to read this whole thing, and I don't like reading, to be honest with you. So it doesn't say what season. It probably will if I read more.
Oh, and I'm also reading that Patrick Stewart was upset by her departure and played a large part in bringing her back.
Yes, and I actually forgot about that, and I'm thank you for bringing that up because I read that too, but I didn't see the whole thing, and I didn't see how it went down because they had such symmetry. I guess I read something about the symmetry. Let me tell you, because I don't say that word a lot, so I know I won't forget it.
Yeah, I don't know what you mean by symmetry.
You know, symmetry, like you work together well, you know?
You mean chemistry?
It's the same thing, man. It's almost spelled the same, man.
No. Symmetry and chemistry are two different things. Here we go with between Star Trek and Star Wars. We're talking two different things. Chemistry, not symmetry.
Sure. Yeah, that.
Yeah. Okay, here's a little trivia for you.
Wait, who's this?
You are so
one in science and the other in math.
No,
Hey,
no.
What's up, Forge? How are you, bud? How are you? We got somebody in here, man. We've been here for 30 minutes and Forge shows up. How are you, buddy? I'm not sure if I can give a shout out, so let's see what I can do. And I can't. I don't know why it's not working. Wait, so I got the guy, a Twitch guy we know. He's cool. I'm good. I took kiddos to go see the new Mario movie today. Oh, so
hey, that's good for me.
Yep. Forge. He's been. When I started streaming with Tony and stuff, he would support us a lot. Like I'm trying to support him. I'm sorry I couldn't get the shout out, but it's not working. But thanks for coming in. This is my brother-in-law. We're talking about Star Trek for the most part and some Star Wars stuff. This is Chill Chat episode 9, I think, and Tony's busy tonight, so Randy wanted to jump in. You are welcome,
Yeah.
he says.
Okay, little trivia. What season in Star Trek Next Generation did they change their uniforms? And oh my gosh, that was the best thing that they ever did.
Can I look it up?
No.
I don't remember. Like, the thing is, the uniforms, being in military, man, the uniforms was the least of my worries when I'm watching that show, to be honest with you.
I think everybody, like season 1, that they were...
Okay, can we please talk about that horrendous jumpsuit thing that Deanna Troy had to wear in like the first 2 seasons?
Absolutely, we can
That
talk
thing
about
is
that.
Hold on. Wait, what? Oh, you talking about the original Next Generation? He said season 3. Is he right?
Yeah, season 3 is correct.
Look at Forge. Thank you, Forge, for bringing that up, man. You're right, buddy.
And it honestly, I think it was for the better, them changing their uniforms, because those uniforms from season 1 and 2 were just, I don't know. It didn't work. It was awful. And then they upgraded. They looked more uniform.
Well, I mean, you got to realize too, you had to still transition. This is the Next Generation transition from the other Star Trek series. I mean, they were back and forth, dude. Like you had the they were awful in season 1 and 2. He says,
yes, they were awful. It's horrible.
Let me tell you, Randy, this guy knows everything about everything, man. And he always brings up, he makes conversations for stuff like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I really wish you could see the chat right now, but no, I don't. Yes, you do, bro. You always do. Like every time you're in, the conversation gets heavier.
And maybe there's another topic we should talk about.
Oh boy.
How in the world does the I'm already forgetting what it's called. The one room where it gets they can create whatever they want.
The holodeck?
The holodeck.
What's wrong with that?
How in the world in the holodeck can it generate actual real food,
It's force fields.
Real drinks?
But it's not. You got to realize too that they even said it in some of the episodes that, like, once they consume, it's gone.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like you can't if you're eating or drinking something in the holodeck. Unless I'm wrong, I feel like I've heard that. Like as soon as they put their mouth,
going back to Picard, season 3 Picard, they're in the bar.
With that being said, I think they brought their own drinks. It's BYOB when you come in the holodeck, bro.
Did not know that.
Well, I mean, that's what I assume.
Are they actually consuming anything in the holodeck, or is it?
That's what I'm saying.
It's all pretend then.
Well, I feel like you bring your own drink, right?
Right. I hear that.
How can you bring a drink into the holodeck, though?
Heard.
How can you bring yourself in the holodeck? It still matter.
Maybe they're just transporting their drink to the holodeck.
The what now?
About the way, I mean, maybe it's. I think of the way that we have virtual reality.
Oh, so Forge says he's never seen Picard. Forge, there's 3 seasons right now. The last episode ended the other day. Watch it. It's amazing. You're gonna get bored in the second season, but keep watching to the very end. Trust me, you're gonna like it. If you're a Trek fan, even a little bit, you'll like it. And this is why we're talking about this, right? And even Lindsay's involved, and she's more of a Star Wars fan, I think. Yes. Huh?
No, Lindsay is a fan of life of everything.
Jonathan Frakes is in Picard, and pretty much he starts in season 2, right?
And he directs like a ton.
Yeah,
he directs most of Star Trek.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, he knows everything. What'd you say about Lindsay? She's more of a Star Wars fan, right?
No, Lindsay, she used to be more Star Wars, but she's giving love to everything now, not just Star Wars.
Interesting.
Very interesting, yes.
Even John Wick.
She's never seen it. I've never seen it.
I don't like John Wick. It's kind of boring.
I have never seen an episode.
The
or
Next
a movie
Generation is my favorite Star Trek. That's what Forge says.
Agreed. I agree with him.
I agree. That's my genre. Next Generation, for sure. Holy smokes. Dude, I can go forever. What else we got?
I don't know. Give me a second.
Yeah. So my buddy Tony, why he's not here, I wish he was here, but he suggested this tonight. Right?
What is that?
It is Dr. Pepper and Fireball.
Ew.
It's actually really good, dude. It's really good.
That does not sound good.
Interesting.
It's really good. It's 8:30. Oh my gosh. Forge, what time is it where you're at? Because I feel like it's late over there. It's 8:30 where I'm at. This guy. I'm so glad he's here though. I like when he comes in and starts chatting with us.
I don't know the answer to this, but I'm gonna throw it out there. How many episodes between all the seasons of Next Generation do you have the queue and the episodes?
I had a feeling you were going to say that, and I couldn't answer that because it was so unpredictable. Like it's hard to see.
I'm just kind of like
camera keep doing this.
Skimming through the seasons, and I honestly didn't realize how many Q episodes there were.
13.
Wow, that's quite a bit.
13.
Yeah.
Out of all those, only 13. I feel like Q should have been in more.
In the very first Next Generation episode, he appears 13 times in 4 live-action Trek series.
Hey, what the hell is she reading right now?
Animated series.
The internet.
Okay, so I bought the Encyclopedia of Star Trek, but I bought that like 10 years ago, if not longer. I need the new one. There has to be a new one, and I want it like so bad.
Oh, I didn't realize that he was on other shows besides Next Generation.
Was he on Deep Space Nine?
He like tries to sleep
with Voyager. He was in Voyager. What? He tries to make a baby with Janeway.
With Janeway, yeah.
What?
Yeah, bro. He goes,
Space Nine.
But Janeway didn't take his crap though. That was the thing.
That's funny. I might have to watch that now.
That's why I like Voyager. Janeway took no crap, bro. No crap at all. Like she's like, no, I ain't playing this game.
She was on Picard season 1, right?
No, she was not in Picard at all. She was the only time she was in, if I remember right, she was in the last movie, which was Nemesis.
I could have swore that we saw something about, unless they just talked about her, maybe.
They talked about Janeway in the first season, but they never showed her.
Interesting.
Yeah, that sucked. I wish she would have came back. They probably didn't offer enough money, is what it was.
It's always about money, isn't it?
It's always about money. Here I thought for the longest time that Disney was going to take over the Star Trek series, and I would have been there every day.
I don't know. No. I don't know how that works.
So what happened is J.J. Abrams, right? He, if I remember right, and Lindsay can correct me, I know she will, is that he directed or whatever Star Wars, one of the Star Wars, and one of the Star Treks in the same year. Am I right?
Well, yeah, he did episode 7, if I'm not mistaken.
But he did the Star Trek movies first.
First,
and
and
then
then
The
did
one or
Star-
two, he did only one, right?
Star Wars?
Star Trek.
No, I thought he did the first and the second one.
Okay,
I
and he
thought he
probably did. And this is why I thought Disney would take it over, and then I would have loved Disney after that if that was the case. I would have been there. Show me Star Trek ships and Disney. I would have been good. I would have been awesomely good. I would have stayed and I would sleep in the floor of one of those ships. I would have.
You know what? Now you brought up another thing just after you said about the ships. Is it me or the last season of Picard? The last episode. Was it me or did they overplay how many actual starships they have? That seemed way too many starships.
No, they didn't, because you got to realize the galaxy is a huge place, right? They have to spread out, right? And that wasn't even all their ships.
That just seemed overkill.
But it's not though. You have to realize, like, think about the military, right? Think about the Air Force, because I am working for the Air Force, right? Think about the Air Force and how many aircraft they use for air superiority, right? Think about that.
Yeah.
Like it's a deterrent. They don't even use those airplanes. They just sit here and they fly around and they say, hey, we have them. Don't mess up. That's basically the same thing. But you got to think, this is the universe, right? The Federation and whatnot. That's only the Federation. That's only the ships, we'll say, from Earth or whatever you want to call it. You saw no ships from Vulcan and any of their friendship or their allies, for that matter, in that last episode. It was just them. And that wasn't even a lot. I feel like that was like limited compared to what they should be having at that point. But it's the universe, right? It's it should be a lot more. And I think it was a little weird, the storyline on how the young and the old were affected. And I get it. They really explained it well, but
I thought that was brilliant of them to figure out how to.
And that's yeah. No, I agree. I was just, it just took a minute for my brain to process. I think that's what it was.
Another trivia question then. You talked about the Air Force. So obviously, like an F-16, there's multiple F-16s. There's multiple F-35s. So in Star Trek, are there any ships that are identical but with a different name to their ship?
Yes. There's classes of ships, but they have different names. It's like the Navy. You have to base the Star Trek world to the Navy.
So there could be like another Enterprise that looks exactly the same. Just
there's a bunch of Galaxy class ships and they have different names.
But they look exactly the same.
They look exactly the same armament and everything. They just have different names. USS Enterprise, USS Voyager, USS whatever. You know what I'm saying?
I just assume that there's always a different style of ship depending on what.
No, there's only some, like the Constitution class is the original Star Trek series, right? But there's two. So you have the 1701, 1701 Alpha and Bravo, right? And which is the only thing that changed was the nacelles, which is engines, right? And then you carried on to the Excelsior class and all that stuff. But they were all Enterprises, right? And if you look it up, you'll see the different things. And the major Enterprises were in the movies, in the major shows, like the Galaxy class, which was the next generation, which is when you saw in this show, that's the Galaxy class. And that was the Enterprise D, right? And it crashed at one point, but he reassembled it, and it was still the Enterprise D. They brought it out. They had the Enterprise E, which was in the last movie, right? The Nemesis. You remember that?
It's been a while since I've watched that episode.
So the Enterprise E was a more modern type ship, and it was a slimmer, and it was the one at the end where they rammed into the Romulan ship or whatever or whatnot. I don't remember.
Yes, I think it was wrong.
Yeah.
I remember that part. And like, doesn't like Data like jump?
He jumps from ship to ship in this space.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, give me 1 second. Let me use the restroom real quick.
Bathroom break.
All right. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, guys. You hear me, Randy?
Okay. Yeah, I'm actually looking up on. I don't know if I'm allowed to say it.
I think I lost some viewers here, but
Blank Tube, and I'm looking up all the Enterprise ships. Like, I'm gonna see like what they all look like.
well, I mean, Enterprise E was the last one, so A, B, C, D, E.
Let's turn the volume down and see what they kind of look like now, because I'm forgetting what they kind of look like.
Yeah, so one of them was only in activity because it was in a movie, only for a little bit.
What was the one where Worf said that it wasn't his fault?
Enterprise E. That was the one that ran into the other ship. That's Picard commanded it. That was the movie Nemesis.
That's when he wrecked the ship. Okay.
Yeah, that's when he wrecks his ship, but because I think at the time Worf was in control of the helm, and that's why that wasn't my fault. It's crazy you remember that, because Mel had told me, like, hey, yeah. I'm like, what? I don't remember that. And Mel had reminded me at the time we were watching the show.
Journey between nearby stars could still take several years. However, at Warp 5, those same journeys would take only a few weeks now, so the development of the Warp 5 engine was a huge priority. The most significant
I'm watching a clip on Blank Tube, and
Blank Tube. Oh,
I
YouTube.
didn't
No,
know.
you're good. It's all good. Ain't a lot of people out here right now, so it's all good.
I don't know the rules.
There's no well, there is rules, but there's no rules.
Yeah.
Except for my camera needs to
exactly.
stop blinking out on me, bro. What's going on here? It must be my lighting. Must be my lighting. I think I'm gonna stream tomorrow too. Like, I think there needs to be more conversation. I'm gonna change some stuff up in the morning, and then I'll stream tomorrow. But maybe what we can do is, we ain't gonna do the Star Wars thing. I want to wait for
Right.
Aaron when we do the Star Wars stuff, and I'll have a little thing put together for her when you guys come visit, and we're gonna spend a couple hours doing that.
I like that.
What is this? Huh? Oh shoot. Okay, so let me hold on a second. Hold on a second. I have. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Hang on, I messed things up. Hang on a second, guys. Oh shoot.
The USS Enterprise was fitted with implemented warp engines that gave her a regular.
Oh my gosh. Hold on. I messed things up here.
Since Enterprise's mission,
Son of a biscuit eater.
she was almost completely self.
What happened? Hang on, hang on. There you go, a size comparison. Hang on, guys. What happened? I started messing with my hold on. There we go. I started messing with stuff and I messed it up, so I'm fixing it. So take it easy. All right, screw it. There he is. There he is. All right, we're good. All right, sorry guys. Let me fix this. I can't. Sorry. So Force sent me a chart of the size of the ships, and I'm trying to get to a different page on that, but I messed this all up, so that's my bad. But I got it back on. Sorry, Randy. Your face was all over the place, bro.
I'm just watching all of the different enterprises from basically that NX-01 model, and then right now I'm on the Enterprise A right
so
now.
So let me try something real quick while you're on here. Let's see if this works. That's good. You're on there. It doesn't matter. As long as everybody can still hear me. Talk real quick.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, we're good. So, all right. So what I'm going to do is, let's see if I can do this real quick, guys. Sorry, guys. I'm going to save this real quick. Save image. And I'm going to go back to, damn it. All right. So let's go back to here. All right. So we can see Randy underneath there. I am going to open up a new screen. Let's see if I know what I'm doing. How about that? How about we see if I know what I'm doing, right? Must be this. Right here. All right. So I'm showing everybody what Forge sent as far as the chart. You may not see this because it's on the stream. We're showing it on the stream right now. The comparison of the different ships between, we'll say, looks like Klingons and the Federation ships. But that's from the original series, right? Forge? Right now? Hold on. Oh.
I'm just realizing something now with the I guess the original Star Trek movies.
Yes.
That the Enterprise A basically got redone, but it was still called the Enterprise A. Why is that?
It was only the nacelles that changed.
Yeah, but why still call it A? Like the Star Trek Enterprise crew, when they crashed the D, they ended up getting the E. So why did they change?
Because it was the whole ship. So the only thing that changed between the original Constitution and the secondary Constitution was the engines, the nacelles. Otherwise, everything was the same. There wasn't much change. And so when the Enterprise B came across, it didn't come out very fast because it was part of the generation transition. So that ship you didn't see it a lot until, I'm going to tell you right now, until my favorite movie of the series was Star Trek undiscovered countries with. This is based on just the ships they use from each Star Trek. Yes, I got you. Thank you, Forge. I really appreciate that. But the when they had the Klingon ship to go back in time and fix all that stuff, just a few, not at all. Yeah, I have a. All right, let's not confuse myself at this point. But when they came up with the Enterprise, oh my gosh, C, I think, I don't remember. It was very short lived because they used it twice, and it wasn't the secondary time they used it. It wasn't the Enterprise. It was another name, and Captain, what is his name? Not Chekhov, but the other guy. What was the other guy's name? Sulu. It was Captain Sulu, right? And he had the same ship, but it was a different name under the undiscovered country, and it was a whole mess of stuff going on there. So, and right now I don't have the brain power to think about all of that at this point, but Undiscovered Country is my favorite movie out of the whole series.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Undiscovered.
Yeah, Undiscovered Country. And secondary was the second movie, The Wrath of Khan.
Oh yeah, that's the top one, Wrath of Khan. I mean,
well, I like The Wrath of Khan, but I love Undiscovered Country because it's way different than any other movie set. But like The Wrath of Khan was cool because there was a huge rivalry, right? They're huge. And it was against street smarts and smart smarts, right? And it was like, who was going to win? And they both win in a way, if you think about it. But the only reason Kirk got away with anything is he always cheats, right? That's what happens. There's a lot of them. Oh, yeah.
The third Galaxy class ship began in 2350. Similar to the Starfleet older vessels design, the ship.
So
this is quite interesting watching.
Totally.
I'm watching all of the different Enterprise models. It's kind of interesting.
On YouTube?
I always forget that the saucer disconnects too.
The saucer only disconnected on the Galaxy, I think, 5 times. Sulu was the commanding officer of the USS Excelsior, which was also the Enterprise C, if I remember right. He's right, yes. And that's the one that was an undiscovered country when the Klingon moon blew up. Right? Forge, correct me if I'm wrong.
So you're saying the Excelsior was the same model as the Enterprise C?
C. If I remember right, it was the Enterprise C. The Excelsior was the same model, the same build.
The Enterprise was the first Enterprise to carry a civilian population, which included the families of Starfleet personnel. All non-essential personnel could be evacuated.
What are you watching right now?
I just Googled or went on YouTube and typed in all Enterprise models is what I'm watching right now.
Oh boy, yeah. So did the C come up yet?
Yeah, we already got past the C. We're on the Enterprise.
You know
D
what's
right
crazy
now,
about the USS Excelsior though?
Serious breakdown of the ships. It's pretty it's pretty fascinating how much information he has on all of these ships.
Do you know what's crazy about the USS Excelsior though?
That.
So the crazy thing about the USS Excelsior was that in a couple of episodes of Voyager, Tuvok was part of the crew of the USS Excelsior when the movie Undiscovered Country happened.
I do. I remember that. Yes.
Yeah. Dude, and I was so excited when I found that out, and I watched it like 10 times.
Did they ever bring that up at all? Or
so
no?
The only thing I was confused about, which I have to confirm, is that when Tuvok was there during the Voyager series, he was a Vulcan. But I have a feeling when he was there during the movie, if he was there for that matter, Was he a human?
Oh, I don't
So I'm
know.
confused. Like, I'm gonna have to look at that, and I'm gonna have to find out because I don't know for sure. And I want, I want to believe that they got it correct, but I mean, like I don't think in the movie they even saw him, to be honest. And I think that's why they got away with the fact that they can put Tuvok in place of the Excelsior, and they matched it up very well. Even the character, the female blonde haired character that was in the movie, was in that series, that show, that episode with Tuvok during Voyager.
Well, and then the fact that you bring him up, and he's also in the last episode of Picard too.
Yeah, because as soon as they said they recovered and they found out a way to filter out the changelings, the first person they went to was Tuvok. Because he was the most iconic. I mean, that's what I think. He was the most iconic. And they showed him. He was there. And during the middle of that season, when she says, well, Miss Tuvok went and said this and that, and called them out at that point, so they knew it was a changeling, which threw me off. By the way, let's talk about that for a second, because bringing the changelings back after what I've witnessed in Deep Space Nine, but I mean they kind of tied it in well and whatnot, but it was still a little far fetched to believe that the changeling would come back and attack the humans. That didn't make sense. And then, obviously we saw what happened at the end. So
I thought the changeling was in Voyager, not Deep Space Nine. But
no, it was Deep Space Nine was where they had a Dominion Wars in Deep Space Nine. That's what it was all about. It was the changelings against the Federation and whatnot, and obviously mostly humans, but yeah, and the only thing that changed it was the virus that was given to the changelings, and so to each his own. They kind of got together and did what they had to do. But in Picard, they kind of explained some things that I kind of forgot. I have to watch it again to see like how they switch things up, I guess you could say, because they were like, well, the virus changed us to this point or whatever, and we did this, we did that, and so we had to adapt. But then there was a whole story about Volk or whatever her name was. She took over this human body and she was a changeling. And then it was a whole like that shit was confusing to me. Let me just be honest. Like I'm only saying it's confusing right now over stream because it is confusing to me right now. But I really wish that part didn't happen. And at first the whole changeling thing threw me off. And then I kind of like was interested in it. And then when we found out it was more Borg thing, and I was like, oh my God, like now I'm really throwing off. But the storyline fit where it needed to fit, but still threw me off, dude. I don't know what to say. Like, but the last 2 episodes of Picard was pretty dope.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Are you good, my dude?
I'm good.
What do you got in there?
Water.
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 Interesting.
Give me 1 second. I have to blow my nose yet again.
Oh shoot!
I'm getting my sickness.
Hold on.
I'm getting my sickness out of the way.
Hold on. Yeah.
What do you mean, hold on?
Nelo's design. Well, I'm reading a message Ford put on text. Hold on a second. Design were all thin and long, and George finished up upon the study models in good time. With time to spare, Carson proposed that George came up with his own ideas. He did, and later explained. Hold on. When you're designing something you want to come up with to take on it, that will drive the design. At the time, it was really into Japanese design, so I thought, okay, what would the Enterprise look like if the Japanese designed it? Talking about the Excelsior. That's very true. See, thank you, Forge, for that information. So, like, he looked up on information. Thank you for bringing that in. And he's talking about what the Excelsior will look like, right? The Enterprise C. I hope he's going to confirm that. And that's what that came from. If you're not watching Twitch, because that's where it came from. He typed it in Twitch. You're welcome. Thank you, sir. But the Excelsior C, or I mean, the Enterprise C, your Excelsior, or what model ship was that, by the way? But anyway, was very different than the rest of the Enterprises that are out there, because you have the Enterprise A, the B, which pretty much just the engines changed, and then the C, which was the Excelsior, and then the D and E. So the D was the Galaxy class, and then the E was a Sovereign class, right? And the E was the one that did a whole ram into the what was that? I can't remember what was that species they were talking about during that series. It was like almost Romulan, but the Revan. Revan? Am I saying that right?
I don't know.
You all right, bud?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're falling asleep.
No, dude, I've been under the weather. I'm just
Stop being sick, Randy. I'm sick of you being sick, okay? I'm done with it.
Dude, I'm sick of being sick. So
okay.
Honestly, I have been not sick for a very long time. So this is
Romulus, maybe?
It's happened this way.
So Jedi is here, and he says Romulus, maybe. Yes, it was sort of Romulus. Like, let me comment on this right now. It was sort of Romulus. It was the Breen. No, not the Breen. It was, I cannot remember for the life of me the last movie what they call the villains in that show, in that movie for that matter. But thank you for coming in. Yes, for sure. I can't give you a shout out, guys. I got some Twitch guys that are watching me right now. Yes, Enterprise C, cause B was too small to be used for Excelsior. Yep. So on Twitch, you're not watching it. Obviously, I got you on your phone, but
yep.
The guys are on Twitch. I really appreciate them coming out and chatting with us this late at night, for that matter. But I'm trying to remember, man. Like, to be honest, the Remans.
So
the Remans. So that's what it was in the Nemesis movie.
We're keeping up with the theme with the Enterprises, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So during the Picard episode, you see the, I guess, Enterprise F, then, right?
Yes. No.
So
no. Let's take it easy. Let's slow down a little bit, because you talk about the new Enterprise that just came out.
Well, I'm talking
about the Titan class.
Because that one is the G.
There's no F right now. I don't even know where the F went. Right now, all I know is the G.
The F was the one that was on Picard season 3. It was like episode 5 or 6 or something like that.
No.
Yes.
That's the Titan,
they
dude.
They had the Enterprise F on the Picard episode. So why did they jump to...
Wait, F? I don't remember F.
Yes, I'm telling you that they had that during the show.
Remember Enterprise F? Oh, she's looking it up, because now I'm confused. I'm really confused.
I think it's like episode 9. Enterprise F, it's like leaving the space dock. And then there was all the fireworks, and then I looked at Lindsay. I was like, "How can you have fireworks out in space?" So,
Ooh, that's a good question. That's a very good question.
yeah, I was like, "Well, how was there fireworks out in space? This doesn't make any sense." But
That's a
that
very good
is the
question.
Enterprise. That is an Enterprise F.
Interesting. I don't. Yeah, that's probably why they got to the G. You're right. And I asked Mel that. I was like, why are we at G already? That doesn't make sense.
Well, it doesn't make sense. Is why did they just decide to change it? There's got to be a rhyme or reason for it.
Well, what are you talking about? To the G?
Well, like the F was just like we just saw the Enterprise F, and then now it's
What
the
ship
Enterprise.
was the Enterprise F though? I'm so confused.
It was the main ship that came out of the space dock to like start the fleet day thing.
At the beginning of season 3?
Odyssey class. I don't know.
No, it
You
was
talking
like
about the Titan?
episode. It was season 3, episode 9.
Season 3, episode 9.
Yeah, look it up.
Find it?
It's an Odyssey class, but I don't know what show it was used in.
Well, no, I mean, hold on a second.
It's coming out of the space dock. I'm looking it up right now too. I'm just
Hold on. Now I have to look it up. Hold on. So we're looking for what? Enterprise.
Enterprise F. It's in the Picard episode.
F. Enterprise F. Alpha Memory. Wait, in episode 9?
Yeah.
How many episodes was this season? That's a Sovereign class. Oh, okay. I know. Okay, hang on a second. Let me use the rest of them. I'll explain. All right, one sec.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm already out of my water.
I know what he's talking about. Okay, where are we at?
Okay, so episode 9, isn't that not the Enterprise, the new Enterprise?
It is. So I don't even know what class that is, to be honest with you.
Odyssey.
It's
The Odyssey
Enterprise.
class. She's right. Mel is right. It's the Odyssey class. The only reason, I'm sadly to say, the only reason I know that the Odyssey class that I knew of was in the freaking game. That's the only, because it looked like the Sovereign class. But it's the Odyssey class. Is it only in the game? The F? The F?
No, wait. Look up Star Trek Picard, season 3, episode 9. It's coming out of the space dock.
Yes, it is. And that's because 10 was only season. And that's when they brought out the galaxy. I get it now. I know what happened. So,
but that's what I'm saying. Why did they why? I mean, that ship didn't get blown up, did it?
no. So what? Okay.
Why did they have why did they change the Titan to the G?
Because here it goes right now. Let's go. I'm gonna try to explain this simply. So the Enterprise F was what'd you say, babe? Odyssey class?
Yeah.
The Odyssey class you have the cell, not the cell, but the deflector in the middle, and then you have the two sides come up. They didn't do that. that one was in the game, the Star Trek Online. So they made that in the show during episode 9 because there were only 10 episodes, right?
Yeah.
And that was a new Enterprise at that point, which now I understand what you're talking about. I didn't get that until now, but they put that one as the Enterprise, like it's the leading ship because it did everything, whatever, whatnot. And that's insane to me to even think that at this point, but it makes sense. It does make sense in that the admiral, whatever, who was controlling that ship, was in a past episode. Well, we can get into that later. But she, that ship came out. That is the Enterprise F. I get it. I understand now. But it got destroyed during the takeover and whatnot. And then the Titan went through a lot of shit or stuff to get through where they went. So when the end of...
we're to believe that in episode 10 that the Enterprise got destroyed with the whole Borg takeover thing.
A lot of ships got destroyed. I'm assuming that one did too. They had to. That was probably the main ship that got destroyed. So the Titan took on a lot of stuff at the point, and they changed the name like they did with God, I cannot remember at this point. I'm sorry, but they did change the name, and that's why at the end of the show that the Titan class or the Titan ship was called Enterprise. But 7 and 9 took over as captain. You know, she had a tear in her eye and whatnot, and she went on right there. So what my question lies right now is, are we going to see more shows with her and her friend or whatever it is?
They still left it an open book. So I would, it obviously will come down to ratings, I'm assuming.
Yeah. No, for real. I mean, they'll want to see more. Well, do you want to see more of that? Like the show?
I think if the fan base is there, I think that they should keep continuing as long as they don't repeat storylines, of course. I mean, that's always going to be the hard part.
I hate to say it, but I think the only one they should keep is Whole New Worlds.
Excuse me.
You good?
Yeah, I just sneezed. Sorry.
No, you good. So I think the only one they should keep is Whole New Worlds. I like Discovery, but I think Discovery is done at this point. I think they should keep Whole New Worlds, start from there, give it a few years, and add stuff to that. But I don't know if they're going to do that, to be honest with you.
Oh, man. Goodness.
You all right, bud?
Yeah, man. I think I might have to cut it off. I need to start taking more medication. And
where we at? Oh my God, we're at almost an hour and a half. So let's do this, man. Like, I'm glad you came. I'm glad you stuck around. I'm glad you agreed to do this with me. We're gonna cut this now. So,
heck yeah, man.
But
we'll do some other topics later on. I wouldn't mind doing a topic on stuff like that. You know, like
Oh my God, Randy, let's talk later. Well, we're gonna talk and we're gonna make this happen. But before we go, Jedi says I never been a huge fan of 7. Yeah, she's hot, but I wouldn't have preferred to see Cass' character more explored. Oh my God. So I can talk forever about Cass, to be honest, Jedi, but the problem is like I read about her problem with the directors and whatnot, and we could talk about that in our next session. If Randy wants to join us, that's fine. But let's cut it tonight. Like, we're at almost an hour and a half. But yeah, this was great. It was an impromptu. I actually might do something tomorrow. If Tony's up for it, we'll do something tomorrow for Chill Chat. Randy, if you're in, I'll call you. Yeah, and I'll get Randy in here, and we'll talk about some other stuff. But maybe we'll do it earlier because I know this is pretty late. It's 9:11 for me right now, and I'm pretty sure it's pretty late for everybody else. But I would really like to get back into streaming. I know it's been a while. I know that Aviation Cuisine has cut off, Chill Chat's been cut off, but we'll get it picked back up. I think I got a new lean on what's going on here. So, Randy, thank you for joining me tonight. Mel, thank you for joining me. I know you've been in and out. She's out there right here somewhere. So, Lindsay, wherever she's at, I know she's probably sleeping right now, but
you're correct, my friend.
is she? All right, guys. Please don't forget. I will try to get out here as much as I can. I love streaming, so hopefully I'll see you guys soon. All right. But
Appreciate you having me.
yeah, we're gonna call it quits tonight, and we'll see you soon. Hopefully tomorrow. I'll throw some text out. Hopefully you guys will see what's going on. All right.
All right, love you guys. Love you,
All
Mel.
right. Peace out.
Bye.
There was once a day that I would pray for you. I'd go and misbehave just so you'd notice too. Sneaking looks up and down from across the room. And damn, what a hell of a view. I feel good, you look great, I like you, I can't wait. A first time, a first date. You're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine, I drink straight. Don't waste time to my place. I feel my heart erase. So catch me if I fall. I'm falling fast, sitting here praying that this night's gonna last. You got it all on tap, I'm loving your vibe, always have your back. We like all the same tracks, listen all night in the sheets all black. Said I'm falling fast, don't remember life before you, that's fact. I feel good, you look great, I like you, I can't wait. A first time, a first date. You're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine, I drink straight. Don't waste time to my place. I feel my heart erase. So catch me if I